Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled in the valley of two towering mountains, there lived a young blacksmith named Ethan. Ethan was known for his skill in crafting tools and weapons, but what set him apart was his kind heart. He often helped the villagers without expecting anything in return. Despite his talents and good nature, Ethan felt trapped. He dreamed of adventure and a life beyond the confines of the village, but he believed his destiny was tied to his small forge. One stormy evening, an old wanderer arrived at Ethan's forge, soaked to the bone. The man wore a tattered cloak, and his eyes sparkled with a strange wisdom. Ethan offered him shelter and food. Grateful, the wanderer pulled out an ancient coin from his pouch and handed it to Ethan. "This coin," the man said, "is no ordinary trinket. It holds the power of fate. If you flip it, it will guide you to your destiny, but only once. Use it wisely." Ethan was skeptical but accepted the coin out of politeness. The next day, the wanderer was gone, leaving behind only the cryptic words and the mysterious coin. Days turned into weeks, and Ethan couldn't shake the thought of the coin. One fateful morning, as he stared at the mountains in the distance, he felt a surge of courage. He decided to flip the coin. It spun in the air, gleaming in the sunlight, before landing heads up. At that moment, a loud commotion erupted in the village square. Ethan rushed out to find a group of travelers seeking help. A neighboring kingdom was under siege, and they needed a skilled blacksmith to repair their weapons. Without hesitation, Ethan volunteered, believing the coin's outcome had led him to this moment. The journey to the kingdom was treacherous, filled with wild animals and unpredictable weather, but Ethan felt an unexplainable pull, as if an unseen hand was guiding him. When they reached the besieged kingdom, he was struck by the devastation. Walls were crumbling, and the people were desperate. Ethan worked tirelessly, repairing weapons and forging new ones. His craftsmanship turned the tide of the battle, and the kingdom managed to fend off the invaders. After the victory, the king offered Ethan a reward, but he declined. Instead, he asked for a simple horse to return home. The king, impressed by his humility, gifted him a majestic black steed. On his way back to the village, Ethan stopped by a serene lake to rest. There, he encountered a young woman named Leela, gathering herbs by the water. They struck up a conversation, and Ethan felt an immediate connection. Leela, too, had faced struggles but believed in the power of fate to guide her. Over time, Ethan and Leela grew close and eventually returned to the village together. Ethan expanded his forge, and Leela brought her knowledge of healing to the villagers. They became a beacon of hope and prosperity for the community. Years later, as Ethan sat by the fireplace with his children, he took out the old coin. He realized that the coin hadn't decided his fate, it had simply given him the courage to take the first step. Fate, he concluded, was not a predetermined path but a series of choices guided by the belief in something greater. And so, Ethan's story became a tale passed down through generations, a testament to the power of fate and the courage it takes to follow its call.